Welcome back to The Truth is Viral, really live. We are in Lansing, Michigan, at the site of an anti-illegal immigrant protest. Well, I like the word alien, actually. And we've even got some counter protesters over here, and well, they're just a bunch of assholes. I am having a blast. I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be fun. We're going to be here until 4 o'clock this afternoon, maybe later. All depends. It's kind of hot. I'm sweating. You know, we'll see what happens. Why don't we take a look around and see what's going on? You're watching The Truth is Viral live at bobpowell.blogspot.com. Yeah!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You play Russian roulette these ways.
Deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep this frequency clear.
And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute. That powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You're watching The Truth is Viral, the only news program on the internet trusted to deliver the truth since 2008. And now, here's your host, Mr. Bobby Powell.
Welcome back to The Truth is Viral. My name is Bob Powell, and we're coming to you from the 40th annual Alpena, Michigan Brown Trout Festival. It's a lot of fun up here. We had some fun out here last year, and hopefully one of these days I'll get that episode up. It was a special thing, but it's not really what you'd consider breaking news, so it's been on the back burner for a while. Well, anyway, I want to begin this episode by thanking the people that made it possible. It was actually a spur-of-the-moment thing as I was coming back from Illinois, where I'd taken the boys to see their grandmother in advance of a very serious cancer surgery. I had just found out about this protest, and I just had to go. Found out about it on the way home and just had to be there. So I put out a call for donations, and guess what? You guys responded quickly and generously. Shelby, Jenny, Susan, Gary, Cindy, James, Linda, Maureen, Janet, Cheryl, John, healthlife.com, and Albert all donated to get me to Lansing. But I was particularly blessed by 2 generous donations from Richard and Scott. You know, it really does humble me and makes me proud at the same time. Boy, talk about a dichotomy. When people think so much of what I do that they actually shell out their hard-earned money to enable me to do it. And I can't tell you how grateful that I am. Because since the death of my daughter 2 years ago, it's been the stated mission of The Truth is Viral, to save lives and win souls for Jesus Christ. I don't know exactly how many lives we've saved, but I do know for certain that 3 people, at least 3 people, have been led to Jesus Christ after watching one of my programs, because they wrote me letters and told me so. So that's awesome, and I'm telling you, folks, that's a great feeling. See, I'm not a TV preacher. I don't know that I would ever want to be one. I'm just a filthy sinner that's been saved, and I'm trying to save others the only way I know how, and that is by reporting the news and relating it to biblical prophecy. Now, I could report this news from the safety of my own home, but after you watch this, I think that you'll agree that helping me get into the thick of it makes for a much more exciting and informative program. And folks, in this episode of The Truth is Viral, I do get into it. I almost get my narrow ass kicked twice. Your donations help me do that, and one day I hope to be able to hire a video editor full-time so that I can concentrate on gathering and disseminating the news. For the time being anyway, my responsibilities at home, preclude that. But from time to time, I hope to bring you special and exciting episodes of The Truth is Viral, like the one that you are about to watch. You won't see any of this on the mainstream media or COINTELPRO alternative media websites. Folks, this is in your face. This is a lot of truth that's about coming your way. Now, we are at war, and you're about to meet the enemy. And at stake in this war, at the very minimum, is the American way of life. Barack Obama, Eric Holder, and all the other race-baiting traitors in Congress want to throw open our borders and give billions of dollars to gang members and disease vectors, while ignoring the threat that's posed by Islamic terrorists who are also sneaking over the border. They want to give billions of dollars to people who have entered this country illegally, providing them shelter, health care, food stamps, and even a lawyer for their immigration hearing when tax-paying natural-born American citizens, many of them veterans, are going homeless and hungry. The American people have finally had enough, and they're turning out to protest this wave of illegal aliens by the tens of thousands. This last weekend, during the National Day of Protest, there were protests in each of the 50 states, and you're about to see one of them up close. This was, in fact, one of several protests occurring in the Metro Detroit and Lansing areas that day. This particular protest was sponsored by Overpasses for America, Michigan, and members of Oath Keepers and the 3 Percenters were also there, flying their colors and packing some serious heat. We need these folks to know that we're not playing. This is serious. This is the American way of life, and we will defend it. And it's a good thing, too, that we were armed. Because, you know, the group that was protesting on behalf of the illegal aliens calls itself BAM, and that stands for by any means necessary. Folks, you need to take these people at their word. Well, I was there. Even though I was being very respectful, I was surrounded by these violent thugs twice and threatened with deadly violence. Had the Michigan State Patrol not been there in force, I'm sure that these scumbags would have initiated some type of violent confrontation. As it was, the boys in blue rescued me twice, and for that I thank them. I've combined the TTiV live stream, the stream from the Guerrilla Media Network, which was simulcasting this protest and produced by Audio Soldier and broadcast to a potential audience in the millions, and other video that we shot that day for this very special TTiV Live. Now, we're even going to go to Texas, where Patriot Blaine Cooper is with a group of Arizona militia. They're down there protecting farmers from Mexican drug cartels, and we're going to find out as much about his mission as we can. I've asked Blaine to come on the show for a long, extensive interview, and we're going to make that happen. But right now, let's go straight to Lansing, where American citizens are standing up to say no to this latest insult to the rule of law and the people of the United States of America.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to interview one of these people. I'm actually a credentialed journalist. Can you arrange that? Can you ask them if they would talk to me? Okay. I didn't want to, get in the way. Jimmy, will you watch this? I'm going to go talk to them. Excuse me. Who's in charge of this side of the protest?
Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go.
Is there anybody in charge over here? I'd like to interview you for my news program.
Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no.
Excuse me.
Jim Crow. Hell no.
I have a question.
Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist
Sir,
got to go.
may I ask you a question, please?
Racist scum has got to go. Jim Crow. Hell no. Racist scum has got to go.
Well, apparently they don't want to talk to me. That's not a surprise. Apparently nobody's in charge of this counter-protest. They just have their prearranged slogans, and they have obviously pre-printed and paid for signs. So that's telling you that they've got some backing, as opposed to this group over here that brought their homemade signs. These are American citizens. And as you see, nearly all of them are armed. Did I not tell you that this episode of The Truth is Viral was going to be exciting? So yeah, I gave them an opportunity to state their case and they had absolutely nothing to say. So we're going to talk to some Patriots. How about that? Jimmy! Can you hold this flat while I'm talking to this gentleman over here? Thank you.
USA!
Hey.
USA! 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 Yes.
Hi, my name is Bob Powell with The Truth is Viral. What's your name?
My name is Stacy Connell.
Stacy Connell, and you're one of the 3%er
Yes, sir.
bigwigs,
I'm
right?
the state medic for the 3%ers.
State medic for the 3%ers, okay. And it took a lot to get this together, I imagine.
Yes, sir. We had help from several different organizations, actually, though.
Yeah, and which organizations were those?
We have the Oath Keepers here. We also have Overpasses for America here. And then we also have...
Everyday citizens.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people who just stopped on the side of the road and parked and come and stood with us.
Excellent. I like that.
Yeah, we have a lot of people here that don't belong to organizations today.
Yeah, and why are you guys out here? I mean, I know why I'm out here, but why are you out here?
Well, we're out here because we're fed up. You know, we're tired of our country being given away. I was a foster parent, and they give me about $400 a piece for them foster kids, but they're going to give them $6,000 for an illegal children.
Yeah.
And these were American citizens I was raising.
All right.
They had not been able to afford it. I could not have paid for what they was making.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here to say no.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. They can find $3.7 billion to house these illegal aliens, but they can't find enough money to provide hospice care for my wife, who's laying at home dying right this minute. They can't find money to take care of my brother Jimmy over there properly at the VA hospital. They can't find money to house homeless veterans, but they can find money for this shit.
Yeah, these protesters were paid to come from Detroit here. We were told by one of them they were paid $35 a day to come out here, and they were bussed out from Detroit.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's your name?
Ramon Garza.
Ramon Garza. Okay, Jimmy, you got it. Yeah, turn the handle a little bit. There you go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ramon Garza. Apparently, he's a Nazi racist fascist. But as you can tell by this permanent year-round tan and the Garza's surname, you know, that's kind of impossible.
A little bit.
So, Ramon, why are you out here today?
I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
I want that money for veterans. I think that every veteran should be taken care of. We have millions of homeless in the United States. Why do we need to foster 60,000 more? Why do we need to let illegals come over here and take our money for our veterans and our homeless? Why? Why can't we use that for $3.7 billion, excuse me, to be exact?
Right.
I seen a homeless guy down here. I didn't see that $3.7 billion going to him earlier. I don't see the other homeless persons getting money. Why do we need to allow 60,000 more people that are coming illegally, which is breaking the law, off the bat? Why? Where does that make sense?
I don't know. Why do you think it is?
Why? It's a government. It's a money game. If they house them, they get paid, and they just take more money.
Well, that's what the people get, but what does the government get out of letting all these illegal aliens into the country?
Democratic votes.
Democratic votes. That's what I said earlier.
Exactly. If I make it look good on my behalf, I'm going to get your vote. If I give you $5, you're going to vote for me in the next election. If I give these people houses, and during the time it comes to campaign, that's 60,000 more votes I've got. 60,000 more votes. That's a nice little boost.
Minimum that's coming across the border that we know of.
And that's just this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's just from October.
Yeah, so far.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
we legally immigrate over 1 million a year legally into our country. We have classes every month allowing people to come to our country legally, have been vetted, that come and want to partake and be a part of our country and be American. We're not asking to change who they are. We want them to be American.
Right. And this is a point that I was trying to make earlier. It's not fair to all of the legal immigrants that go to the United States embassies in their home countries and fill out visa applications and wait their turn to come to the United States. So also, in addition to American citizens being given the shaft, foreign citizens that are waiting their turn to come to the United States legally are also getting the shaft. And that's just not fair. But these people don't seem to realize that. Let's go find somebody else to talk to. This is fun.
America first.
Ooh, they've even got some detectives out here now, bringing out the big guns. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 police cars that are not protecting the streets of Lansing because some people can't control themselves.
America first.
America is an immigrant nation.
No more racist deportation.
America is an immigrant nation.
No more racist deportation.
America is an immigrant nation.
No more racist deportation.
America is an immigrant nation.
No more racist deportation.
May I ask you a question?
No more racist deportation.
This gentleman doesn't agree with you.
No more racist deportation.
He's African American. Does that make him a
No more
racist?
racist deportation.
It's a simple question.
No more racist deportation.
Does it make him a racist to disagree with you?
Sell out. Self-hate is a real thing. Eddie yourself is a real thing.
He does not represent black people. We represent America. We represent Detroit because we actually stand on principle. We stand on the side of working people of all the oppressed. You guys stand for the racist white piece of trash.
Do you think it would be possible to conduct a conversation?
We don't want it because he's a fucking piece of black sellouts.
Would it be possible to have a decent conversation?
Take that shit. Suck it up. White racist asshole.
Dude, you're gonna have a stroke.
What did you say?
I said you're gonna have a stroke.
Yeah, you are older than me, so you are gonna have one first. Guess what?
Nazis go home! Nazis go home! Nazis go home! Nazis go home! Nazis go home!
Nazis go home! I agree! Nazis go home! Nazis go home! There are no Nazis here! Durr!
But you know something? I said we don't even have to go if they cross but they're Nazis. They couldn't clear their mouths. So just leave them alone. They ain't got no brains.
Nazis go home! 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 Nazis go home!
That's okay. Okay, so apparently, if you are African American and you disagree with this side of the aisle, you're a Nazi and you're a racist.
Nazis go home! Nazis go home!
Nazis go home!
Nazis go home!
You know, if you rile them up or whatever, these poor guys take a beating from it because they're yelling right in those cops' face.
They've got earplugs.
They don't.
No, they.
They don't have earplugs.
I guess I thought they
They
did.
should. If I had some, I would give it to them. But that's why we're trying not to rile them up because, you know, the law enforcement's just taking a beating when they're screaming and yelling in their face.
Yeah, well, I'm not really trying to rile them up. I'm trying to get one of them to answer a question.
Yeah, but you can't get through to these people. Look at them.
Well, apparently, from what Ramon was telling me, they got through to 3 of them yesterday, and got them to realize that these are not Nazis.
Right. I'm just looking out for all these guys.
Oh, sure.
That are taking a beating by being yelled at. So we don't want it.
We don't want to round them all up, do anything round them up. Just let them get tired and make and they're doing it. Look, they're protecting the whole thing, so we don't want to make that worse, is all.
Well, yeah, I understand.
You know,
but I've got a job to do, actually.
I know, but I'm just saying, you aren't going to win any hearts and minds. They have a right to be over there. Let's just not irritate them, because we're winning the war right here on the road, and we keep expanding. We get 1,000, we get 2,000, we'll get 5,000 people. That's how you win.
Well, my name's Bob Powell. I produce The Truth is Viral. What's your name?
Wes Benzie.
What do you do, Wes?
I'm ex-CEO of a company.
Okay, and how did you come to be here today?
I drove by it.
You just drove by?
I got my wife and said, we got to go. Hey, either you're for something and you're working on it and you're contributing, or you're part of the group that doesn't care.
Right, absolutely, I understand.
That whole deal. So, and I'm just here to support. There's another guy in the yellow hat that I think is the organizer, if there is one. But you know, we're winning right here in the road with the number of people we influence in that. We're not going to win with these guys. And if we don't rile them up, these guys, you know, they're taking a beating from these people screaming in their face. So that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I understand.
I appreciate you coming and doing everything. Because really, that's a commitment a lot of people aren't doing. How are you?
Well, as I've said a couple of times today, if you sit on the sidelines of this debate, you might as well just sit home and cut your own throat.
That's right. Oh yeah. Yeah. They have no idea what this is going to continue to do to keep wages way the hell down for working people. That's really who it hurts more than anybody.
Right. So you were a CEO, right?
That's right.
So then you have experience with hiring employees.
Yes.
And somebody else was telling me over here how there are companies that hire illegal aliens and treat them pretty much like slave labor.
They do.
Have you ever had any experience with that?
No, because I wouldn't hire anybody that's not here legally. We check everybody. Wouldn't even consider it. But I'll tell you, I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and especially construction. You have Florida, these places. I live in Florida part of the year. That's all you see on these yard crews, construction. Hell, they're all, you know, they're illegal. That's where all the murders and a lot of them come from. There's a lot of them in this area too. People are hiring them that way. They're just paying them cash. And that's really what is bad is it hurts everybody who works because it depresses the wage. It's like picking stuff out in the fruit or something. Well, hell, if you get these people to pay $5 an hour for it, when really it's a $15 an hour job, to be honest, if you can get people at 15 to do it, probably can't. But it should be what Americans are willing to do that labor for, because if you get the price right, people will do it.
Yeah, I know my son would. My 16-year-old son would love to have a job picking fruit.
But you keep it depressed way down here, the wages, because you get illegal aliens. That's a good do anything for you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the biggest damage, other than them all voting for Democrats every single year and keeping people like Obama in office, which is a separate issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Illegally. But it's what it does to this generation and the next generation in terms of depressing working wages in the country. Because wherever they're at, they depress wages to the hill.
Yeah.
And then people, why you can't get a good job. When I graduated from high school, you could go work at Oldsmobile, GM, somewhere. You could make a great living. Hell, those jobs are not easy to find anymore. They require a lot of technical skills. You know, as a lot of jobs require a lot of technical skills. So where is that? That's why you're losing the middle class. Now it's becoming a poor country and a rich country. Not good.
No, that's true. And that is actually a precursor for revolution.
That is.
When the top 1% comes up to a certain amount more than the bottom. Yes. I can't remember what the percentage is. Then that is the prescription for revolution.
True, but it's going to come from all the people that get their benefits taken away because other people are working too damn busy.
Well,
when they take all the EBT cards away, you're going to see the war.
Well, you know, it's not just EBT cards. No, with this healthcare system.
Phones,
I've told this story a couple of times already, but I'm going to keep telling it until something happens. See, my wife's got cancer. She's terminally ill. It's coming together, baby.
Covers the vast majority of the land. They do about 10.
What?
And in that.
It's coming together.
What?
Our Christmas is coming together. Everything's looking good.
Good.
You work so hard. You're so tired, aren't you?
I am tired.
Okay.
I didn't sleep good last night. My foot hurt all night.
Never fear, my love. We got you covered. Look at that poor foot. Oh my gosh. I gotta get a sander and go after that talon you got there on the...
Oh, don't put it on camera. God, you're so wicked mean.
I'm not
I'm going to take off your clothes and go over your body and say, here, look at this, look at this.
Honey, you don't want to create raging jealousy among the internet.
It's passed on from one generation to the next, just as it's been done for the last few thousand years.
It depends.
On what?
Take back your statement.
Which one?
About my talons.
Your talons? Okay, I take it back.
I'm only kidding. They are talons, I know.
I believe that things like that.
I love you too.
I also believe that.
She's at home in Alpena right now, being cared for by my son and daughter, but she needs hospice. And there are no funds available for hospice care.
But $4 billion.
But $4 billion, almost $3.7 billion.
Company ambassadors they're getting damn near $6,000 a month to house each of those kids up there.
Yeah.
$6,000.
And are you sure that they're children?
Well, no, they're 12 to 17.
Have you seen them?
No, but that's exactly what the administrator for that said they had to be in that center.
Okay, yeah.
From that, they're children on that whole deal. Appreciate it. Keep up the fight.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
They're towing them though.
Okay, B-roll.
Hell no! Racist scumbags got to go! Hell no! Racist scumbags got to go!
You want to note all the trash they're leaving on the ground that we're going to have to
Yeah,
pick
did
up.
you notice that? Excuse me, gentlemen. This is the exact same thing that happened at President Obama's inauguration. Look at this trash.
Racist. Get the fuck out of here, fucking Nazi! Get the fuck out of here! That's a fucking line right there! Don't
I don't
fucking
think
come
so.
on this side, fucking racist piece of shit!
So anyway, during Obama's inauguration, we had trash like this left all over the place. But when Glenn Beck held his million-man march on the Capitol Mall, everybody picked up their own trash. The mall was left cleaner than it was when 1 million people came to visit.
Get the fuck out of here!
So now we see that mentality demonstrated once again right here with all the trash on the ground.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Hey, God bless you all.
Jimmy, let's go around so we can get this sign. I don't think we can cross here, can we? That's a nice banner. That's a nice banner.
Yeah, they were all leaving because somebody was trying to tow one of their cars.
Well, I'm not going to get the shot that I wanted. Let's go back over that way before they decide to come over here and start trouble.
Oh, it's nice getting their complete lack of tolerance on it.
It's great, isn't it? I can't wait to read the comments when we're through.
Welcome back to Alpena, Michigan and the 40th Annual Brown Trout Festival. As you can plainly see in the video that you just watched, BAM was not interested in any type of intelligent dialogue whatsoever. As far as they're concerned, anybody that opposes them is a racist Nazi Klan leader. And I'd like everybody to take notice of the fact that there are no swastikas, not so much as a Confederate flag. Not that there's anything wrong with the stars and bars. And that several of the patriots that were protesting on behalf of the side of righteousness were in fact black and Hispanic. But that didn't matter to BAM. And in this next segment, I get into a little bit of trouble as I go behind enemy lines with an African-American patriot to ask the question, is this man a racist Nazi? We'll also go to Texas, where we'll hear from Patriot Blaine Cooper, who's down there with a group of militia protecting farmers and ranchers from Mexican drug cartels that are sneaking over the border illegally. If you'd like to see more of this type of show and are financially able, please go to bobpowell.blogspot.com, hit that PayPal button, and make a donation. Help us any way that you can to help us fight for truth, liberty, and the real American way, and see if we can't save a few souls for Jesus Christ along the way. Now, remember to click on the ad, as every 1/10 of a cent counts. Or like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, add me to your Google Plus circle, and subscribe to the blog so that you'll always be kept up to date with the latest postings from The Truth is Viral.
I'm Pete Santilli, and you're watching The Truth is Viral.
Do not click away. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
I'm good. Can I ask you a question? I've been trying desperately to ask those folks questions.
I'm not with them.
Oh, you're not?
They are insane.
Yeah,
I am
agree.
not with them. They are screaming all sorts of horrible things. I'm not with them. I'm on my own.
Oh, okay.
And you're fine, Ron. We don't.
Well,
I don't need your permission, but thank you.
Well, do you agree with that side of the argument, though?
What side of the argument?
That illegal aliens should be allowed into the country?
I think the process to become a legal person in this state or in this country is extremely difficult. I have worked with people in the mental health. I work at mental health. I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
And it took someone 10 years to become an actual citizen. And I think that is a ridiculous amount of time for somebody to try to get legal status when they are a law-abiding, tax-paying people.
Well, you know, I can kind of agree with that.
Exactly.
That is a long time to wait.
This process, and he has asylum from Iraq. He's an Iraqi citizen. Yeah. And the amount of time it takes needs to be streamlined.
Right.
I support legal immigration, absolutely. But I also support the right for people to come here to obtain it. And if it's too hard to obtain it, they're going to flood everywhere because they can't get legal immigration. It's too hard.
Is it?
And I'll bet half of you.
We agree with that.
And I'll bet half of you. I'll bet half of you wouldn't even pass the citizenship test because that's fucking hard.
We took it, and guess what?
100 out of 100 yesterday.
Oh, really?
I missed three. I missed three. I took it. I missed three questions.
I'm just telling you, it's hard.
It is.
And I think it's too hard. There are people that want to come here. There's people that want to come here. They want to pay taxes and they want to work and they want to be part of this country. It's too hard for them to do that. So this is why they are coming here this way.
Well, don't you think that they should at least try to go to the United States Embassy in their home country and apply for a visa first?
In Mexico? Are you serious?
Well,
they'll get blown up trying to get there.
Well, most of the people that are
cartels have taken over that country.
Well, I agree, but most of the people that are coming
it's every day, and I will say this:
the police are corrupt in Mexico and a lot of other countries.
The whole place.
It's not safe.
Every day somebody's found with their head cut
well,
off.
You know,
no big deal.
Exactly.
Most of the illegal immigrants in this current wave are not even coming from Mexico. They're coming from Ecuador.
I'm sorry?
Most of the illegal immigrants in this current wave are not coming from Mexico. They're coming from Central American countries like Ecuador, Honduras.
Yes, because it's too damn hard to become a citizen in this country.
Well, is it too hard to go to the United States Embassy? I mean, I understand that
don't have them.
Every country in the world has the United States Embassy or a consulate.
No, they don't.
Oh, sure they do. Every country that we have diplomatic relations with.
One person at a time here, okay? I can't argue with 20 people.
Yeah, every country that the United States has diplomatic relationships with.
We don't have diplomatic relationships with every country.
Name one.
Iran.
We have through the Swiss. We have a diplomatic embassy.
Yeah, through the Swiss.
Yeah.
We're not Swiss.
Well, true, but there is a process through which they can.
A lot of the countries in the Middle East is it's extremely difficult. I gotta go move my car before I get.
Okay. Thank you for talking with us. See, now she actually.
We'll dialogue.
We'll dialogue. Yeah,
peacefully.
I like that word. Yeah.
At least she has some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no wonder she left the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I guess you jump some other country's border and go to their embassy, but you know what? Don't jump our border.
It's not the immigrants' fault. It's our government's fault.
Well, yeah, they were invited here, and who wouldn't want to leave those third world shitholes?
I would.
But the problem is that United States citizens are having a hard time making it, and with the it's just too much.
Probably a different story now with the numbers that we've got coming in, but a year or two ago I was reading 25% of the illegals coming in were felons. That's great.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that there are a substantial percentage of felons coming in now,
probably
too.
Still,
and probably some terrorists, too.
Oh, I bet.
With 70% of the Border Patrol doing the processing of these illegal aliens, the border's wide open. A friend of mine, his name's Blaine Cooper, is with the militia right now patrolling the Texas border because there is no Department of Homeland Security doing the job.
Hey guys, what's up? Blaine Cooper here. As you can see behind me, this is the border fence here in the Texas-Mexico border. It's only about a mile long. Right across the way from us is actually a city controlled by the cartel. The fence stops right here. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, so we're just trying to protect this rancher and some other ranchers around here. We've got about 1,500 acres we're covering and protect them from invasion, as it is a cartel-controlled area, and they do come through their field and home. She's had to hold 3 people at gunpoint already, so it happens quite often. Since we've been here with our show of force, it hasn't happened at all. We're going over to do some patrol in the orchard. It's private property. We were given permission to kind of keep an eye on it. So, really, we're literally, what do you guys say about a stone's throw away from the border? If you look right here, that's the border, that little white building. That's it. That's how close we are. So, in this orchard, those illegals and cartel like to come right through here and then the field next to it, and they are very sneaky and very professional about what they do. So this is very dangerous what we're doing, so this is not for the faint-hearted. But if the federal government refuses to take care of citizens, we got to do it.
I know 2 people. Chief Mark Kessler. Everybody knows Chief Mark Kessler from The Truth is Viral.
For all you people out there who cried and cried about, oh, I use profanity, fuck you. Here's what I gotta say. If you didn't get enough the first time around, go fuck yourself and get some more. You get that? Did you get that one? Huh? You bunch of fucking cocksuckers.
Both of them are patrolling the Texas border right now in 2 separate militias. And I think they're doing a damn fine job. Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Blaine. You guys rock. If I had the ability, I would absolutely come down there and talk to you and join you.
Who, me? I mean, hey, to be honest with you, I love that side over there. But actually, though, I'm getting tired of mother suckers coming, like, especially the Arabs. They come and get a free pass 7 years, and then just keep passing shit on. I'm tired of that, bro.
According to that side of the equation, that makes you a Nazi racist. Huh? According to that side of the equation, that makes your opinion makes you a Nazi racist.
No,
that's what they're saying.
I'm African American, so
I realize that.
So I'm not.
But they're saying that anybody that supports this side of the argument is a Nazi racist.
Yeah, but they say you're Nazi racist. Well, let's go over there. I'm not a Nazi racist.
Maybe you can. Let's follow this guy and let him out.
Hell no! Racist government got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist government got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist government got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist government got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist government got to go!
Racist scum has got to go! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum has got to go! Jim Crow! Hell no! Racist scum!
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral live at bobpowell.blogspot.com, on the Guerrilla Media Network at gmn.is and rents.com. This has been one epic broadcast. I want to thank all the people that gave me money so I could come down and do this. I've still got some left over. You watch and see if I don't use it to get in trouble sometime this weekend. Because I'm going to stick around. I'm going to see if I can find another protest, because there are more. Up in Vassar, Michigan, there are people up there protesting. We might just fly up there and see how they're faring, see how much fun they're having. I'll tell you, folks, I have had a blast. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for keeping my wife and my mom in your prayers. It really means a lot. It means the world to me, actually, because that's the only hope that they have left. Modern medicine has failed them. And Almighty God is the great healer, the great physician. And with one touch, if it's His will, He could heal them both. And that is what we're praying for. And with each and every one of you adding to those prayers, maybe it'll get answered. Of course, you never know. But I have found out one thing that is absolutely true. No matter what happens in life, even great tragedies, for example, the loss of my daughter, that propelled me to get serious with The Truth is Viral. It was a horrible thing. She died without knowing the Lord. And that's my fault. So I swore, with her ashes in my hands, I lifted her up to Almighty Father in heaven, and I swore that never again would I be ashamed or afraid of what names people might call me. I will proclaim that Jesus Christ is the coming King to anybody that will listen. Over and over and over again. We've already saved 3 people. We snatched their souls right out of the devil's mouth. I'm hoping for many thousands more. So until next time, my name is Bob Powell. Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral. And as always, God bless, Semper Fi, and hoorah!
That's it. That's all you have, folks. Our Guerrilla Media Network, Lansing, Michigan.
I'm jealous of my brother Blaine. If I wasn't needed so desperately here at home, I'd absolutely be down there with my brothers on the border, protecting the lives of American citizens that are being threatened by cartel members that are just flooding across the border. Absolutely nothing being done by Barack Obama's, I don't even know what you want to call them, border patrol. They're not patrolling much. They're just babysitting these days. You know, these people are truly the worst of the scum. I've seen beheading videos that make these people, you know, they're just like Islamic terrorists. And speaking of Islamic terrorists, former CIA spy Reza Khalili was on the show last year talking about how there are already 40,000 Middle Eastern terrorists inside the United States just waiting for orders to strike. Check out this from last year's interview.
Basically, they have prepared for war. We have to understand that. They have prepared for war on several stages. One is within the country, they've formed thousands of battalions to be ready when people rise up against the regime, to gun them down, to kill all the activists and political prisoners and so forth. Another is for terrorist cells around the world to commit terrorist acts in U.S., in Europe, and all over the world. And then a direct attack on Israel. Now, let me state here, necessarily there does not need to be an attack on Iran for the regime to act. The regime could preemptively act, and that depends on the timing. If they reach that point of having nuclear bombs, and if they feel within their ideology that the time is right. These people rely on centuries-old hadiths, so the timing is within that vision, and this is what is so dangerous about that.
If you'd like to watch that entire program, just click this link right here and it'll take you to it. And I saw a post just today by Dr. Jim Garrow. He was talking about how the terrorists that are flooding over the border plan to pull off a series of Washington, D.C. style sniper attacks in a campaign, targeting malls and other soft targets. You remember how the Washington, D.C. area was shut down for weeks when John Lee Malvo and his little friend were running around shooting people at random? Yeah, well, that's just one of the aspects of this terror campaign that's coming up. And we're going to talk to Dr. Garrow, most Ricky Tick. Now, let me be clear, folks. I'm not against immigrants. My ancestors were immigrants. If you're not a Native American, your ancestors were immigrants. This country was built on immigration, but it was built on legal immigration. This country's strength is its diversity, and it needs a constant influx of new talent and new ideas in order to maintain its status as one of the best places in the world to live. But what's happening now in Texas and Arizona and California, it's not just a flood of illegal immigration, it's a tsunami wave, and it's destroying everything in its path. It's placing an overwhelming burden on the resources of the United States, and it's got to stop. I'm not heartless. I'm really not, and I don't think that a majority of conservatives are either. I think that you'll find that conservative Christians are among the most charitable people in the world. After the Indonesian tsunami, the United States coughed up a total of $2.8 billion in aid to an area of the world populated almost exclusively by Muslims. More than half of that aid came from private Christian organizations. Australia ponied up too, donating $1.3 billion to rebuild Banda Aceh in Indonesia. Banda Aceh is where the terrorists that blew up the nightclub in Bali came from, and most of the people that died in that nightclub were Australians. Yet they gave anyway. You know how much Iran's President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad gave? $67,000. So don't tell me that Christians aren't charitable at their very heart. But we've got to be honest here. This country is more than $17 trillion in debt. It's almost mathematically impossible to repay that debt. Natural-born tax-paying American citizens are going homeless and hungry, and many of those are veterans. My wife was told that she can't have the hospice care that she needs as she lay dying because the program is at capacity. They have no more money. For 20 years, that woman worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs and paid taxes on every single dollar that she earned. But now that she needs help, that money's gone. But they can find $3.7 billion to pull out of the air to give these illegal aliens homes inside the United States when only $8 million would give them all a first-class ticket home on a plane. Now, I've personally heard dozens of horror stories just as bad as ours. Natural-born, tax-paying American citizens that are being denied basic health care while Obama finances terrorists and encourages hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens to flood our borders and take already scarce resources away from the poorest American citizens. In no universe is that right. Our citizens suffer, and Barack Obama wants to pull that money out of thin air to provide housing, health, and legal services to illegal aliens who have never contributed so much as a single drop of sweat to this country. I don't think so. You know, many other people feel the same way that I do. As we saw in this video that you just watched, some of the Patriot protesters were Hispanic, a few were black. And we all agree that this is not about race or racism. It's about illegal immigration and the clear and present danger that it poses to the United States of America. In 1883, American poet Emma Lazarus wrote the words, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." While those words are engraved in bronze and placed at the base of the Statue of Liberty, and it's a beautiful sentiment, don't get me wrong, it is not the national policy of the United States of America. The world is filled with wretched, huddling masses yearning to breathe free, and as much as we would like to, we simply do not have the resources to take care of them all. I don't think that it's too much to ask for people that want to come to the United States, go to their local embassy in their home country, go to their golden door, grab a ticket, and wait their turn like everybody else. If you want to stick around for a second, I'll tell you what's going on with my wife and my mom, but if you've absolutely got to fly, I want you to take this with you. Remember to follow The Truth is Viral on Twitter, like us on Facebook, add me to your Google Plus circle, and share the show wherever you go. As a matter of fact, while you're on Facebook, don't just share it on your Facebook timeline, share it in each and every group to which you belong. That will help us a lot, and it will extend our reach. We need your help to accomplish our mission of saving lives and winning souls for Jesus Christ in these very last days. If you're financially able, please go to bobpowell.blogspot.com, hit that PayPal button, and send me a few dollars. Or you can write to Post Office Box 91, Alpena, Michigan, 49707. My wife likes reading your letters too, so even if you don't have any donation that you want to send her a letter. She just loves those. She loves reading your comments too. And it's much appreciated. But you know, your donations enable us to buy and maintain equipment that enable me to bring you a show like this. And whenever I've built up enough in my war chest, I can take a special trip, and you can count on me to get right into the thick of it. In fact, there's this camper that I've got my eye on right now, a mobile command post. It's like $5,000. You might think that it's a piece of garbage, but it's really not. It's only got 19,000 miles on it. It's a peach. If Father wants me to have it, then we'll get it. And okay, on to a little more personal information for my OGs, not my mom and my wife. Holy, holy, holy. Okay, this part's going to just be of interest to my TTiV family. I'll tell you what's going on with my mom and my wife. I wanted to do this away from the Brown Trout Festival because you know how prone I am to waterworks at times. Didn't want to do that in front of a crowd of people. I'll get through this. We'll be all right. So I'd gone to Illinois to see my mom and took my two sons, Adam and Colin, with me because she was supposed to have an operation to take out her pancreas, her spleen, her gallbladder, and parts of her stomach. She's got the same kind of cancer that my wife Delynn has. And the day of the surgery, they decided to transfer her case to a larger hospital in Indianapolis. So that necessitated us staying a few extra days. But that was good because we got to visit with my mom, and she wasn't all hooked up with tubes and all that good stuff. So we had a pretty good visit, but the doctors in Indianapolis eventually said, no way are we going to put this 84-year-old woman on an operating table and scoop out half of her insides, because They were fairly certain that she would not have survived the operation. So they will just continue to treat her medically. My mom hasn't decided whether she wants to continue with chemotherapy or not. She's a tough old broad, I'm telling you. She brought up during the Depression, right? Until she married my stepfather, she never had 2 nickels to rub together. But she'll probably be around long after I'm dead. You know, it'd take a meteor strike or something to kill my mom. Delynn, I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen or heard of anybody hanging on and suffering so long. God bless her, she's tough too. So, she's fighting, my mom's fighting, and prayer is our only real weapon against this cancer at this point. One more time, I just want to thank everybody that got me down to Lansing. Even though I'd been up at that point for 30 hours and had driven, I was behind the wheel of this truck for like 26 of those hours. I was pumped, I was energized. I felt like a kid at Disney World, I really did. For the first time in a long time, I was doing what God put me on this earth to do. It was almost like a little vacation, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the show, that you felt like you got your money's worth. There's going to be an exciting new development here in the next week or so. Pete Santilli called me last night. He wants me to help him co-anchor the more protests down in Texas. He's got the Guerrilla Media Network bus rolling. They've got a convoy of 80 trucks, and they're planning on causing a ruckus. And Pete wants The Truth is Viral to be part of it. That is very cool. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be very exciting. Right now I've got some hot dogs and buns to buy. Then when I get home, I'll add this last segment to the video, upload that thing, and call it a day. It's been a rough week trying to get this thing uploaded or finished. My computer keeps on shutting off at the most inopportune times, and I lost 2 days of work on the editing. I don't know how that happened. I try to save it, you know, every 15 minutes, but one time when it shut off, it came back up, and the last 2 days of edits were gone, and I'm like, oh, God. So I started over again. Well, it's up. You're watching it. You have watched it. Thank you for your support, for watching The Truth is Viral. I really could not do any of this without your guys' help. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So until next time, as always, God bless, Semper Fi, and hoorah.
Thank you for watching The Truth is Viral with your host, Bobby Powell. Make sure to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter at The Truth is Viral. Like The Truth is Viral on Facebook, and if you can, please remember to donate to the cause via PayPal at www.bobpowell.blogspot.com.
Smack runner, your game is through. Smack runner, I'm talking to you.